So this is Larry the Barber Man. I'm here with Marc Republic from Philadelphia in America. We're quite blessed to have an American barber with us on this review. Also here with Champs at Champs Barbers, 31 Riding House Street if you ever want a banging haircut. And like I said, today we're reviewing the Andis Profile Shaver and the Wahl Super Shaper. Now, one of the reasons why I've done this review, I get barbers ringing me up asking me the difference. I know quite a lot about these machines, but in terms of the practicality on a busy barber floor, I'm not the guy to ask. So you've got two ace master barbers here. So let's get down to it. We'll start with the Andis. Give me your take on this Andis Profile Shaver.
Well, you know, the Andis looks better. It feels better on my hand. The battery life is a lot longer because it has the ion new battery. Also, when using it, you know, it lasts longer. The top lasts longer because it's stronger in the middle. But you know, I think pound for pound, it's definitely a great machine. I love using it.
Okay. So you think this cuts more efficiently? Is it less strokes for hair removal? Or?
I think the Wahl cuts a little tighter. But overall,
Andis, you mean?
Yeah. No. I actually think the Wahl shaver cuts a little smoother than this, but you know, you'll spend less money in the long run getting this right here. It's not that much of a difference where you will say this is better than that one. You know, I know with the Wahl, a lot of guys don't like the top being broken, and this one doesn't. So, and the battery life is a lot longer.
So you'd say that the Wahl foil is more flimsy than that one and fragile?
Absolutely.
Well, that would then explain why it gets lower with the Wahl if this is more flimsy. So that's obviously the flip side of being lower. It makes it flimsy.
Right.
But if you was to have one,
I will take the Andis.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in what situations do you name some of the things that you actually use the Profile Shaver for?
Well, I use it for neck fades, to clean up neck fades, temple fades, ball fades. You know, I really don't do it under the neck too much because I feel like it irritates people's skin. I'll just use my outliners, but I use it for most situations. You know, fades, low fades around the ear and stuff like that. And also when I use it, most of the time I use both of them. I only use the top. I don't use like the very top. I never use both of them in conjunction with each other. I always just use the top like this and I fade down with it.
As advised.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like meant to work like a dual blade, isn't it? If one doesn't catch it, the other should.
Yeah, I never ever use it like this.
Because?
And no, it's just a preference. I just like it when I come down. I feel like I get more out of it when I just use it down like this, as opposed to flatten it. Well, if I'm using it flat like this, it's just because somebody's getting a clean bald head all the way around. But if I'm working with fade work and any detailing, I'll just use just one, which is this top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Champ?
I would say I love this machine. I use this day in, day out. I've dropped it on a barber shop floor more than once, picked it up. The top might have half come off it, but I stick it back on and it keeps going. It's got no holes here on this bit here, on the foil. Switch is nice and big on your thumb.
Right.
Battery life is good. It's very good actually. Charge is very quick too. If I'm balding, as in a skin fade and stuff, I would use both of them, and I'll even flick out a line that I may have left with it, fading with the top end, and I would use. And if anyone, I need to take off all their hair with the blade first, and then I'll finish it off with this. It will leave the skin leaving like with a plastic sort of feel. I think it's very, very tight. I've got to say it, man, I love this machine. Take it off, take that head off. It's not very clean right now, but easy to clean. And yeah, don't know. These are nice. These holes in here, the grips on the side, they help. I'd say this is an amazing machine, man.
I think Andis overall like really pays attention to how their tools fit in people's hands. You know, like I said, the grips on the side, they could have done away with it, but they added it, and I think that is a nice touch.
Yeah, these all like, you know, depending on how you hold it and that, but
Yeah.
you know, you might even stick your little pinky or whatever, or you might hold it with your thumb over here. First, this I've got to say, it's an amazing machine. I'd say it changed. It has changed barbering. Both of the foils have changed. You know, foil shavers and that they've changed it. We used to use like the ones for the face that people would have used for the face.
Right.
With the circle.
Yeah, we used
like
to use those, but then those are
rubber.
designed for the facial skin, and this skin is different to the soft skin here. I would use this on. Sometimes I might not even a customer. I might not even use along here a blade. I might even just use that, or on a child or on an older person where the skin is softer. I might not actually use a blade. I'll just revert to that, just straight away just use that, and then you'll feel that, and I get the customers saying it. And even when I've done like a wet shave or a hot towel shave, I'll do the hot towel, and then you know, like, you know, what we call baby hairs here and there, I'll get that out and absolutely just clean and bald it all out. And then people actually have said to me, "Champ, that feels good, wet." And you know, people really, they feel it. Not only do they, you know, when they touch themselves in the skin and that, they actually say, "Oh wow, I can actually feel the difference." So yeah,
Makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like when Kieran and Baldy do their stage work, they send their people up the aisle. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it.
yeah, I would say that. Yeah, it does. It makes a difference. It does make a difference.
Okay, so let's score him. Marks out of 10 for you, Mark.
I'll give it a 7.
7. Champ?
I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. I love it. I use it every day.
And your marks on 7 is based on?
It's based on, well, one thing I like about the wall is a little wider. It's a little wider at the top, and this kind of comes in a little bit more. And you know, I really don't believe in 10s with any clipper, and so yeah, I think I'll give it about a 7.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe 7.5 because
At least you give it that little bump.
yeah, a little bump because of battery life.
On reflection.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the Wahl Super Shaver Shaper. If I can have my Wahl back, please.
Okay.
Andis.
Every barber is faced with a question. Hey, from new barbers, hey, what tools should I buy? I feel like this is one of those tools. No matter how many other shavers come out, people will always revert back to this. Kind of like a master, or you know, this is just one of the clippers that, you know, one of the tools that somebody will always just have to buy at least once. So based off of that, you know, I'll give it, you know, the respect it deserves. But you know, it doesn't have any grips on the side. This right here is something that people always have problems with it breaking and what have you. But I do like the fact that it's wider on the top than the Andis. It's nice and soft at the touch, and it's just a great clipper. You know, the battery life isn't as long as the Andis battery, but you know, I mean, how long are you gonna use it straight before it really dies? So that never was a problem for me.
Yeah, because that's got a cadmium battery,
Right.
whereas these have got the lithium ion. That's the difference.
And when you take it off, I like that this has a little bit more. It's a little firmer. In the end, it has a lot more flex. I like the fact that this is a little firmer than the right here when you touch it, than the Andis.
Okay.
But like I said, this is a classic shaver. This is something that most barbers will buy at least once in their career, and this is something that if you had to go with at least, you know, one shaver, you know, you might give it the nod over everything else that's out there. So, with that said, you know, I like it.
I would say it's a good machine. I used to use it obviously even before the Andis came out. Again, like Marky said, it's got no different sort of grips or nothing and stuff. And this, you drop it and it's finished.
Yeah.
You know, there's foil holes in it, battery life. You feel it definitely. And in a shop like ours, where it could be a day where you just do skin fades all day long, you could get in trouble without one of these and like have to go back to like the old, getting your blade out and blading everyone while it charges. So obviously the difference in the batteries, it makes a big difference. The button, I guess, it is kind of cool because it's how big it is and stuff. So it's kind of efficient for you to just turn on and stuff. But again, battery life is very important to us barbers. I would say, can I just show? So like with these two, we find that this foil here will have it all the holes, so you can catch all the hairs right until the end of this. Whereas on this one, it's got the smaller holes. Barbers out there that have these machines will understand where I'm coming from with this. So when I had this one, and I still had this one, and I had first got this, I would bald with this, but then the last little line of sort of like little darkness that's there, I would be able to actually use these last little teeth here and use it as a fading. So you can actually use them both, which is kind of cool. But I haven't had one of these for a while because, like I said, you drop one of these and it's over, and that's what you can't have that in a barber shop, in a busy barber shop. You can't have that. You know, you buy a tool and then drop it and that's it. It's finished. So, you know, obviously I'd say this is maybe built out of different material.
It's built better.
Yeah, built stronger. All in all, good machine. But for me, you know, but I don't forget where I came from. So I remember where we started off with this. Yes, it's a good machine. It's a good machine.
Right.
It's preference again. I've heard barbers say to me that I'll stick to the Wahl, I prefer it and that. But,
And some people keep the Wahl for
strength. Yeah, some people keep the Wahl thing going with the burgundy sort of thing, but
right.
Just even when you turn them on, you can hear the strength in this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would give the Wahl. I would give it a 6.5. And maybe even a 6, and I'm gonna tell you why. Is because you gotta have money in escrow, like Champ said. If you don't drop it, eventually this piece will fall off, and every barber who's used this knows they probably switch this 3 times a year, and you gotta have money in escrow just to keep this on your station. So, based on that alone, you know, I will definitely drop the score lower than most people might give it. But if you got two tops of these, you can buy one whole another end. It's the same price.
Okay.
So you know, maybe if they improve this strength right here and worked on the foil where it's not deteriorating, battery life, you know, it's a couple issues that you know makes me give it a solid 6. Sure.
Okay. And yourself, Champ?
Like going back to my experiences on the shop floor, using the Wahl, I could be doing an all over shave. I would have taken it all off with the blade and then gone on to clean it all up with that, and halfway through started feeling the back going, you know, and that is frustrating for you as you're working. This if it's fully charged, it won't do that to you. So
Based on that, your score is
champion. I won that for the Wahl. Got to give it a 7, man. Got to give it a 6, 7. Because I'm feeling nice.
cool. So there you have it. There's been quite a lot of information given to you about their personal experiences on the shop floor, and both of these guys, by no stretch of the imagination, are unbusy barbers. They are very, very busy barbers. I love doing my reviews in Champ's barber shop. I don't know if you can get a scale of how big this shop. It's not a big shop. It has 6 chairs and they are continuously busy, so the tools have to be working efficiently. Everything needs to be on point in this shop. That's why I come in here for the review. So like I said, you've had a wealth of information when making your buying decision. Listen to this over and over again and you'll get the knowledge that you need. So
Absolutely.
I thank you, Champ, for hosting this review in
It's
your
a pleasure.
shop.
It's a pleasure.
And I
It's a
thank
pleasure.
you, Mark, for bringing your knowledge and wisdom over from America.
Thanks for having me.
And there you go. That's Larry the Barber Man at Champ's Barbers, 31 Riding House Street. Come here, get a professional cut.